The massive alien ship appeared outside the human space station like a silver star. Captain Minho Park stood at the main window, watching the strange vessel slowly move closer. His hands were steady, but his heart beat fast. Today was the day. Humans would meet aliens for the first time. "Captain, they are asking permission to dock," said Jiwon Choi from her computer station. She was the best person on the station for talking to aliens. Her voice stayed calm, but her eyes were wide with excitement. "Tell them yes," Minho said, "and call everyone to the meeting room. Today we make history." The alien ship was beautiful and scary at the same time. It looked like someone made it, from glass and metal that moved like water. Lights danced across its surface in colors humans had never seen before. Through the docking tube, strange sounds came. Clicks, hums, and something like singing. Yuna Kim, the station's chief engineer, checked all the systems one more time. "Air is good, gravity is working, and the translation machines are ready," she reported. Her hands moved quickly over the controls. She had worked for weeks to make sure everything would be perfect. Dr. Taeho Lee waited near the airlock with his medical scanner. As the station's biologist, he wanted to learn everything about these new visitors. His scanner beeped softly as it tried to understand the life forms coming through the tube. The airlock door opened with a soft hiss. 3 very different beings stepped into the human station. The first alien looked like a walking crystal mountain. It was tall and wide, made of clear stone that sparkled with inner light. When it moved, tiny bells seemed to ring inside its body. Its voice came from everywhere and nowhere, like music made of rocks falling. The second alien looked like a tree that could walk. Green and brown bark covered its body, and small leaves grew from its arms and head. Sweet smells of flowers and fresh rain followed it. When it spoke, the words sounded like wind through a forest. The third alien was the strangest of all. It looked like a person made of colored smoke and lightning. Sometimes it was solid, sometimes it was see-through. Its voice was like electricity singing, making the lights flicker when it talked. "Greetings, humans of Earth," the crystal being said. Its words came through the translation machine as deep music. "I am keeper of the first stone from the Vorthak people. We eat only the pure metals and minerals of dead worlds. I am Root Singer of the Third Grove," said the tree-like alien. "My people, the Xylem, take food from sunlight and the good soil of living planets. I am Spark Dancer of the Bright Current," said the smoke lightning being. "The Nithori people feed on the energy that flows between stars." Captain Minho stepped forward and bowed. "Welcome to New Sol Station. I am Captain Minho Park. We are happy to meet you and learn about your people." The aliens looked around the station with their strange eyes. Everything seemed normal to the humans, but the aliens acted like they were seeing something scary. "Before we talk about important things," Minho said, "would you like to eat with us? Our chef has made a special meal to welcome you." The 3 aliens looked at each other. The crystal one's inner lights went dim. The tree one's leaves curled up tight. The smoke one flickered and became almost invisible. "Eat?" asked the crystal alien. "You wish us to consume matter together?" "Yes," Minho smiled. "It is how humans show friendship. We share food." The aliens followed the humans to the dining room. Gina Song, the station's head chef, had worked all day to make the perfect welcome dinner. The long table was covered with dishes from all over Earth and the human colonies. There was fresh green salad with many colored vegetables. Bowls of rice sat next to plates of grilled beef and chicken. Kimchi, the spicy fermented cabbage that Koreans loved, filled small dishes. Mushroom soup steamed in large bowls. Fresh bread, cheese, and fruits covered one end of the table. Bottles of water, juice, and wine stood ready to pour. The humans sat down and began to fill their plates. They talked and laughed as they picked up food with their hands, forks, and chopsticks. The aliens stood frozen like statues. "What is happening?" whispered the tree alien. Its leaves shook like it was in a strong wind. Taiho picked up a piece of beef with his chopsticks and put it in his mouth. He chewed happily and swallowed. "This is delicious, Gina. You did a great job." The crystal alien's lights began flashing red. Did that human just consume dead animal flesh? Yuna laughed as she mixed kimchi with her rice. Of course. Beef is cow meat. Very good protein. She took a big bite and smiled. The smoke alien flickered so fast it looked like a broken light. They are eating multiple species at the same time? Jiwan added mushrooms to her salad. These mushrooms are fungi, not plants, and this cheese is made from cow milk. Want to try some? She held up a piece of yellow cheese. All three aliens stepped backward. The tree alien's voice shook like leaves in a storm. Fungi? Those are the Death Eaters of the plant world. How can you put them in your body? Captain Minho looked confused. Is there a problem? This is normal human food. Normal? The crystal alien's voice became very high and sharp. You consume the flesh of animals, the death spreaders called fungi, the living bodies of plants, and the milk meant for baby creatures, all at once? Dr. Taiho nodded as he reached for more bread. Yes, humans are omnivores. We eat everything. Plants, animals, fungi, dairy products. Our bodies can process many different types of food. The aliens looked at each other with expressions of pure horror. Omnivore? The smoke alien's voice became very quiet. Your translation says this means eater of all things? That's right, Gina said proudly as she brought out dessert. I also made chocolate cake with ice cream. The chocolate comes from cacao plants and the ice cream is made from cow cream, bird eggs, and sugar from plants. The tree alien made a sound like a tree falling down. They mix the products of different kingdoms of life for pleasure. The crystal alien's lights turned dark blue. We must contact our homeworlds immediately. This changes everything. Is something wrong? Minho asked. We want you to feel welcome here. The smoke alien flickered between solid and invisible. Welcome? You have just shown us that humans are biological weapons. You consume everything. Nothing is safe from your digestive systems. The humans looked at each other confused. They were just eating dinner. Perhaps, the crystal alien said slowly, we should discuss this omnivore situation before we talk about joining the Galactic Federation. The tree alien's leaves curled up completely. How do you not poison yourselves? How do you not die from eating death fungi and animal flesh? Yuna shrugged and took another bite of her beef. Human stomachs are pretty strong. We have acid that can break down most foods safely. Acid? All three aliens said together. Oh yes, Dr. Tejo said cheerfully. Human stomach acid is very powerful. It can dissolve metal if we need it to. The aliens stared at the humans in complete silence. Captain Minho realized that this first contact was not going the way anyone had planned. Outside the window, the alien ship's lights began flashing in what looked like an emergency pattern. The humans kept eating their dinner, not understanding that they had just terrified 3 entire alien civilizations with their lunch. The next morning, Dr. Hyunwoo Nam walked into the medical bay with a smile on his face. He was the station's chief medical officer, and today he would teach the aliens about human biology. He thought it would be easy and fun. He was very wrong. 3 alien visitors sat in chairs that the humans had made special for them. The crystal alien, keeper of the first stone, had stopped flashing red lights but still looked worried. Rootsinger, the tree alien, kept his leaves curled up tight. Spark Dancer, the smoke alien, flickered in and out like a broken television. Thank you for coming to learn about human digestion, Dr. Nam said happily. I think you will find it very interesting. He turned on the big holographic display. A 3-dimensional image of a human body appeared in the air, spinning slowly so everyone could see it clearly. This is how humans process food, Dr. Nam began. He pointed to the mouth. First we put food here. Our teeth cut and crush the food into small pieces. The tree alien made a quiet sound like wind through dead leaves. You destroy the food with bone weapons in your mouth? Well, teeth aren't really weapons, Dr. Nam laughed. But yes, we have different types of teeth for cutting meat and grinding plants. He made the image zoom into the mouth. The aliens could see sharp teeth in front and flat teeth in back. Humans have teeth for eating both plants and animals, Dr. Nam explained. See these pointed ones? They are for tearing meat. These flat ones grind up plant matter. The crystal alien's lights went from blue to purple. You carry biological weapons. In your mouth at all times? They're just teeth, Dr. Nam said, but he was starting to feel confused by their reactions. He moved the image down to the stomach. After we swallow, food goes into the stomach. This is where the real digestion begins. The hologram showed a pink bag-like organ. Dr. Nam pointed to it proudly. The human stomach makes acid to break down food. This acid is very strong. How strong? Asked the smoke alien in a voice like scared electricity. Well, Dr. Nam thought for a moment. Human stomach acid has a pH of about 1.5 to 2. That's strong, enough to dissolve metal. All three aliens jumped backward. The tree alien's leaves fell off and scattered on the floor. The crystal alien's lights turned bright red. The smoke alien became completely invisible for 10 seconds. You carry acid that can dissolve metal inside your bodies, the crystal alien asked in a voice like breaking glass. Yes, but it's perfectly safe, Dr. Nam said quickly. The stomach has special protection so the acid doesn't hurt us. Safe? The tree alien whispered. You carry a weapon that could destroy our ship's hull. In your belly? Dr. Nam realized he was making things worse, but he kept going. The acid kills dangerous bacteria and breaks down proteins. It's very useful. He moved the image to show the intestines. After the stomach, food moves through these tubes. This is where we absorb nutrients. The hologram showed the long, twisted path food took through the human body. But Dr. Nam made a big mistake when he zoomed in to show the intestinal walls. And here, he said cheerfully, we can see the millions of helpful bacteria that live inside every human. The alien stared at the image showing tiny bacteria covering the intestinal walls like a living carpet. Bacteria? The smoke alien's voice became very high and scared. You are infected with millions of bacteria? They're not an infection, Dr. Nam explained. These bacteria help us digest food. We need them to be healthy. Every human has about 100 trillion bacteria living inside them. The crystal alien stood up so fast his chair fell over. 100 trillion parasites live inside each human? They're not parasites, they're partners, Dr. Nam said. We feed them and they help us break down food we couldn't digest alone. The tree alien started making a sound like a forest fire. You have formed an alliance with bacterial armies? Well, when you put it that way, Dr. Nam began. At that moment, Engineer Soman Kang walked into the medical bay. She was eating something from a silver package and didn't notice the terrified aliens. Hey, Dr. Nam, she said with her mouth full. Do you want some of this trail mix? It's really good. She held up the package. It has nuts, dried fruit, chocolate pieces, and some kind of yogurt coating. The aliens looked at the package like it was a bomb. What is that? The tree alien asked in a scared voice. Soman looked at the package. Oh, this? It's just a snack. Nuts for protein, dried fruit for sugar, chocolate for energy, and the yogurt coating tastes good. Yogurt? The crystal alien asked. Yeah, it's made from milk that has bacteria added to it, Soman explained. The bacteria eat the sugar in the milk and make it thick and sour. Then we eat the bacteria and the milk together. The smoke alien flickered so fast it looked like lightning. You intentionally add more bacteria to your food and then consume them? Sure, Soman said. She took another big bite. Fermented foods are really healthy. We have kimchi, cheese, yogurt, pickles, beer, wine, bread. Lots of foods are made. With bacteria or yeast. Yeast? All three aliens said together. It's a type of fungus, Soman explained. We use it to make bread rise and to turn sugar into alcohol. Dr. Nam watched the aliens get more and more upset. He decided to try a different approach. Maybe I should show you something that will make you feel better, he said. He pulled out a military food package. This is an MRE, meal ready to eat. It's emergency food for soldiers. He opened the package and pulled out smaller packages inside. This one meal has beef stew, crackers, cheese spread, chocolate cookie, coffee, sugar, salt, and hot sauce. The aliens watched in horror as Dr. Nam mixed hot water with the beef stew packet. The great thing about MREs is that they last for years without going bad, he said. They have special chemicals called preservatives that stop bacteria from growing. You eat chemicals? The tree alien asked. Well, everything is chemicals when you think about it, Dr. Nam said. But yes, processed foods have additives to keep them safe and make them taste better, he read from the package. This one has sodium nitrite, potassium sorbate, BHA, BHT, and artificial flavors. Salmon nodded. Humans can eat all kinds of artificial stuff. Our bodies are really good at processing chemicals. The crystal alien's lights went completely dark. You consume poison chemicals for convenience? They're not poison if you eat the right amount, Dr. Nam explained. The dose makes the poison, as we say. The tree alien fell over. Its roots curled up like it was dying. The smoke alien became solid and grabbed the crystal alien. We must contact the Galactic Council immediately. These humans are not just omnivores. They are biological, weapons that have allied with bacteria, consume metal-dissolving acid, and eat poison for pleasure. Wait, Dr. Nam called as the aliens rushed toward the door. You haven't learned about human liver function yet. It can process toxins that would kill most life forms. The aliens ran faster. Salman looked at Dr. Nam with confusion. What's wrong with them? I thought they wanted to learn about human biology. Dr. Nam looked at his holographic display showing the human digestive system with its acid stomach, bacterial colonies, and chemical processing abilities. I think, he said slowly, we might be scarier than we thought. Outside, alarms began ringing on the alien ship. Emergency messages were being sent across the galaxy about the terrifying humans who could eat anything and carried armies of bacteria in their bodies. The humans had no idea they had just been classified as the most dangerous biological threat the galaxy had ever seen, all because they could digest a simple trail mix. 3 days later, 5 more alien ships arrived at New Sol Station. Word had spread across the galaxy about the humans who could eat anything. Scientists from every corner of space wanted to see if the stories were true. The lead scientist was a strange being called Thrix-9. It looked like a giant spider made of silver metal with glowing blue eyes on stalks. Its voice sounded like computers talking to each other. We have come to test the human claims about consumption abilities, Thrix-9 announced to Captain Minho Park. We bring substances that are poison to most life in the galaxy. If humans can truly eat anything, prove it. Dr. Yoonji Han stepped forward. She was the station's nutritionist and the bravest person anyone knew. Her black hair was tied back and her eyes were bright with curiosity. I volunteer for your tests, she said, but I want medical monitoring in small amounts only. The aliens set up their equipment in the station's main laboratory. Machines beeped and flashed as they prepared their samples. The other humans watched through thick glass windows, worried about their friend. Dr. Taiho Lee stood ready with medical scanners. Yoonji, if you feel sick at all, we stop immediately. I'll be fine, Yoonji smiled. Humans have been eating strange things for thousands of years. Thrix-9 placed the first sample on the table. It was a clear liquid in a small glass. This is ethanol, the spider alien announced. It is a cellular poison that kills most organic life forms. 1 drop can destroy a Vorthax crystal structure. It dissolves xylem plant tissue instantly. Yoonji picked up the glass and looked at it. You mean alcohol? Like in beer and wine? The alien stared at her. Alcohol is poison to you? She asked, confused. Deadly poison, confirmed a new alien that looked like a floating jellyfish. It destroys cell walls and kills brain functions. Yoonji shrugged and drank the small amount in the glass. Tastes like vodka. Not very good vodka, but okay. Every alien in the room stepped backward. Some made noises like screaming. Others flashed warning colors. She consumed the poison. Thrix-9's voice went very high. Scan her. She must be dying. Dr. Taeho ran his medical scanner over Yoonji. Heart rate, normal, brain activity normal, no cell damage detected. She's perfectly fine. How? Asked the jellyfish alien. Human livers can break down alcohol, Yunji explained. We make an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase. It turns alcohol into harmless chemicals that we can eliminate. She sat down casually. What's next? Thrix-9 placed a second sample on the table. This one was a dark powder. Caffeine, the spider alien said. This is what plants use to kill insects. It destroys nervous systems and causes heart failure. Yunji looked at the powder and laughed. You mean coffee? I had 3 cups this morning. 3 cups of poison? A crystal alien in the corner started flashing red lights. Coffee isn't poison to humans, Yunji said. She took a small spoonful of the powder and swallowed it. Caffeine actually helps us stay awake and think better. Some humans drink 5 or 6 cups of coffee every day. The aliens made sounds like sirens going off. Your species consumes insecticide for pleasure? Thrix-9 asked in disbelief. Sure, Yunji said. We also have tea, energy drinks, chocolate, and soda that contain caffeine. It's in lots of human foods. At that moment, Sung-Ho Lim walked into the laboratory. He was the station's bartender and carried a tray with several glasses of different colored liquids. I brought some drinks for our guests, he announced cheerfully. I made some of our most popular cocktails. He set the tray down and pointed to each glass. This red one is a Bloody Mary with tomato juice, vodka, and hot sauce. The green one is a mojito with rum, mint, and lime. This yellow one is a margarita with tequila and citrus, and this dark one is coffee with whiskey. The aliens looked at the drinks like they were looking at bombs. Those all contain ethanol poison, the jellyfish alien whispered. And caffeine poison, added Thrix-9, plus citric acid, capsaicin from peppers, and various plant alkaloids. Sung-Ho said proudly. These are party drinks. Humans drink them to have fun and relax. A tree-like alien in the corner made a sound like branches breaking. They mix multiple poisons together for entertainment? Oh, this is nothing, Sung-Ho laughed. He pulled out a small bottle. This is pure habanero hot sauce. It's made from peppers that evolved to be so spicy that no animal would eat them. He put a few drops on his finger and licked it. Nice burn. Capsaicin is supposed to be a chemical weapon that plants use to protect themselves. You consume plant chemical weapons? Thrix-9's metal legs started shaking. Humans love spicy food, Sung-Ho explained. The hotter the better for some people. We have competitions to see who can eat the spiciest peppers. Thrix-9 placed a third sample on the table. This one was brown and smelled sweet. Theobromine, the spider alien announced. This kills most mammals. It causes seizures and heart failure. Yunji picked up the sample and sniffed it. Chocolate? You know this poison? Asked a new alien that looked like a walking mushroom. Chocolate isn't poison to humans, Yunji said. She ate the entire sample. It's candy. We give it to children as treats. The mushroom alien fell over. Children? Thrix-9 asked. You feed poison to your young? It's not poison to us, Yunji repeated. Chocolate comes from cacao plants. Maybe it's dangerous to other species, but humans can eat it safely. At that moment, Do-Hyun Kim entered the laboratory. He was the station's anthropologist and carried a large book. I heard you were testing human food tolerance, he said. I brought some historical examples that might interest you. He opened the book and showed pictures to the aliens. Throughout history, humans have eaten things that were considered impossible to digest. He pointed to one picture. These are acorns. They contain tannic acid that should be toxic, but humans learned to soak them in water to remove the poison and make them safe to eat. Another picture showed green leaves. This is cassava. The roots contain deadly cyanide, but humans developed ways to process it safely. Now millions of people eat it every day. You actively seek out poisonous plants? The jellyfish alien asked, in horror. Humans are very good at finding ways to eat things that other animals can't, Do-Hyun explained. We use cooking, fermentation, and processing to make dangerous foods safe. He turned to another page. Mushrooms are especially interesting. Many fungi are deadly poison, but humans learn to identify which ones are safe. We even eat some that are slightly toxic because we like the taste. The mushroom alien made a sound like screaming and ran out of the room. Potatoes contain solanine, poison in their green parts, Do-Yun continued. Rhubarb has oxalic acid. Lima beans have cyanide, but humans eat all of these safely because we know how to prepare them. Thrix-9's blue eyes dimmed. Your species has turned poison consumption into science? Not poison, Yunji said. Food. What's poison to you might be perfectly safe for humans. Dr. Taiho looked at his medical scanners. Yunji has now consumed alcohol, caffeine, capsaicin, and theobromine. Her vital signs are completely normal. No cellular damage, no organ, stress, no neural dysfunction. The alien stared at the machines showing Yunji's perfect health. This is impossible, Thrix-9 said quietly. No species should be able to consume multiple types of poison and remain healthy. Zhongho raised his hand. Can I show them something else? Before anyone could stop him, he drank one of his cocktails in 3 big gulps. The Bloody Mary contained alcohol, caffeine from the coffee garnish, capsaicin from hot sauce, and citric acid from tomato juice. He wiped his mouth and smiled. Delicious. Anyone want to try the margarita? Every alien in the room started making emergency calls to their home worlds. The humans, Thrix-9 reported to his superiors, are not just immune to poison. They actively seek it out and consume it. For pleasure. They have turned toxicology into cuisine. Outside the laboratory windows, more alien ships were arriving. The word was spreading across the galaxy. Humans could eat literally anything and not only survive but enjoy it. The scariest part for the aliens was that the humans seemed completely unaware of how terrifying they were. They just kept offering everyone snacks. 2 weeks later, the Galactic Federation Council held an emergency meeting. Representatives from 47 different alien species gathered on the massive space station called Unity Prime. They had one question. What should they do about the humans? Some aliens wanted to ban humans from space. Others thought humans were too dangerous to exist. A few suggested putting humans in quarantine forever. Then Captain Minji Oh arrived from Earth. She was a small woman with short gray hair and calm eyes. She commanded Earth's diplomatic ship and had spent her whole life preparing for this moment. Behind her walked Professor Jamin Yang, a human historian who carried a large datapad. Honored members of the Federation, Captain O said to the Alien Council. We understand you have concerns about human eating habits. We would like to share some information that might change your perspective. The council chamber was huge and round. Aliens of every shape and size filled the seats. Crystal, beings, plant creatures, energy forms, gas clouds, and dozens of other species all stared at the 2 humans. Speak quickly, rumbled a massive rock-like alien. Your species terrifies half the galaxy. Captain O nodded to Professor Yang. He activated his datapad, and holographic images appeared in the center of the chamber. 20,000 years ago, Professor Yang began. Earth entered an ice age. Temperatures dropped, plants died, and most animals disappeared. Many species went extinct. The hologram showed a frozen world covered in white ice and snow. Humans survived, Professor Yang continued. Do you know how? A curious alien that looked like a walking flower raised one petal. How? They ate everything, Professor Yang said simply. Tree bark, roots, insects, bones, fat from any animal they could find. When there was nothing else, they ate each other. Shocked sounds filled the chamber. Several aliens fainted. During the Ice Age, humans learned that survival meant eating. Whatever was available, Professor Yang explained. This ability saved our species from extinction. He changed the hologram to show different parts of Earth. After the Ice Age, humans spread across the planet. They didn't change the environment to match their needs. They changed their diets to match each environment. The images showed humans in frozen lands eating fish and seal fat, humans in deserts eating cactus and lizards, humans in jungles eating fruits and insects, humans on islands eating seaweed and shellfish. In the Arctic, humans eat whale blubber and raw fish, Professor Yang said. In tropical areas, they eat spicy peppers and tropical fruits. In deserts, they eat cactus water and underground roots. A jellyfish-like alien floated forward. You adapted your consumption to match each ecosystem? Exactly, Captain O said. Humans didn't try to make every place like home. We made ourselves able to live anywhere by eating the local food. Professor Yang showed more images. When humans discovered new continents, they found plants and animals that had never been eaten before. Within generations, these became regular human food. The hologram showed potatoes, tomatoes, corn, and chocolate. These foods were unknown to most humans for thousands of years, but when we found them, we learned to eat them safely. Even the poisonous ones? Asked a crystal being. Especially the poisonous ones, Professor Yang smiled. Humans are very good at figuring out how to make dangerous things safe to eat. Dr. Ariam Seo stepped forward from the human delegation. She was Earth's top biochemist and had been studying alien reactions to human food. Humans don't just eat for survival, Dr. Seo explained. We turned eating into art, science, and culture. We have 5 basic tastes, but we create thousands of different flavors. She activated another hologram showing human taste buds. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. These 5 tastes combine in endless ways. What is umami? Asked a mushroom-like alien. The taste of protein, Dr. Seo said. Humans can detect when food contains the amino acids we need to survive. The aliens looked at each other with growing amazement. But here is the most important thing, Dr. Seo continued. Humans don't just survive on alien food, we make it better. She showed images of human colonies on different worlds. On planet Kepler 442b, the local plants contained mild toxins. Human colonists developed fermentation techniques that not only removed the toxins but improved the nutritional value. More images appeared. On Europa Station, humans learned to process ice algae that no other species could digest. They turned it into a protein-rich food that now feeds 3 million people. Commander Junho Bei from Earth's Colonial Defense Force stepped forward. I want to show you something that might surprise you. He activated a new set of holograms showing human colonies on hostile worlds. This is New Canberra, he said, pointing to a planet with purple skies. The atmosphere contains sulfur compounds that poison most life forms. The local plants produce acids that dissolve metal. The image showed humans walking around freely, working and living normally. Humans not only survived there, they learned to eat the local ecosystem, Commander Bei explained. The acid plants became a spicy vegetable. The sulfur-breathing animals became livestock. What was a death world for other species became a thriving human colony. Another image appeared. This is Port Sahara on a desert world with 3 suns. Temperatures reach 70 degrees Celsius during the day. The only life forms are underground fungi that most species consider toxic. The aliens saw humans living comfortably in underground cities. Humans didn't just survive on toxic fungi, Commander Bei said. They cultivated 17 different varieties and created a cuisine that other human colonies now request for import. A tree-like alien in the front row spoke up. You're saying humans don't just adapt to eat anything. They improve it? That's exactly right, Captain O nodded. When humans encounter a new food source, they don't just consume it. They study it, improve it, and often make it more nutritious than it was originally. Professor Yang showed a final set of images. On frozen worlds, humans developed techniques to concentrate nutrients from sparse vegetation. On water worlds, they learned to farm the seas. On volcanic worlds, they used geothermal energy to cook foods that were impossible to eat raw. Dr. Seo added, humans have turned survival eating into a science. We can take almost any organic matter and find a way to make it nutritious and safe. A voice came from the back of the chamber. It was Keeper of the First Stone, the crystal alien from the first contact. You're not apex predators, he said slowly. You're apex adapters. The chamber became very quiet. That's right, Captain O said. Humans don't dominate ecosystems by destroying them. We dominate by becoming part of them. We eat what's available and find ways to make it work. Commander Bei activated one last hologram. This is why human colonies succeed where other species fail. We don't need to terraform planets, we adapt to them. The image showed dozens of human colonies on worlds that other species had declared uninhabitable. Toxic atmosphere. Humans develop breathing equipment and learn to eat local life forms. Extreme temperatures. Humans build shelters and find food. Sources that thrive in those conditions. Hostile wildlife. Humans study them and often discover they're edible. Dr. Co smiled. What you call poison, we call seasoning. What you call impossible survival conditions, we call home. The alien council sat in stunned silence. Finally, the massive rock alien spoke. Are you saying that humans could survive on any world in the galaxy? Not just survive, Captain O said confidently. Thrive. And we could teach other species how to do the same. Teach us? Asked the jellyfish alien. Humans have spent thousands of years learning how to process dangerous foods safely, Professor Yang explained. We have techniques for removing toxins, concentrating nutrients, and making food safe that we could share with other species. You would share survival secrets with us? Asked a floating gas cloud. Of course, Captain O said. That's what friends do. The chamber erupted in excited chatter as aliens began to realize that the terrifying humans might actually be the solution to the galaxy's biggest problem: how to survive on hostile worlds. For the first time since meeting humans, the aliens began to see them not as a threat, but as the ultimate survivors who could teach everyone else how to live anywhere. The humans had just turned their scariest trait into their greatest gift. 3 hours later, the Galactic Federation Council was still talking. Voices filled the chamber as aliens from 47 different worlds discussed what they had learned about humans. Admiral Boram Choi stood quietly at the human delegation table, waiting for her turn to speak. She was Earth's highest military officer and had fought in wars on 12 different planets. But today, she hoped to prevent a war instead of fighting one. The massive rock alien called for order. The Council will now hear proposals for dealing with the human situation. A crystal being stood up first. I propose we invite humans to join the Federation as biological adaptation specialists. Surprised sounds filled the chamber. Explain, demanded a floating gas cloud. The crystal alien's lights flashed blue and green. My people mine asteroids for rare metals. The waste we produce is toxic to all known life forms. But humans might be able to process this waste into food. A tree-like alien rustled its leaves excitedly. Our agricultural worlds produce crop failures when soil becomes too acidic. Humans could live on these failed worlds and restore them. Wait, interrupted a jellyfish alien. Are we seriously considering asking the poison eaters to help us? Admiral Choi stepped forward. May I address the council? The rock alien nodded. Speak, human admiral. Admiral Choi activated a holographic display. The Federation has 847 worlds, classified as uninhabitable. Too hot, too cold, toxic atmosphere, hostile life forms, or contaminated soil. The display showed red dots scattered across a map of the galaxy. Humans could establish colonies on these worlds. Admiral Choi continued, not to claim them, but to make them useful. Research stations, mining operations, emergency bases. Mushroom-like alien spoke up. You would live on death worlds for us? We would live on challenging worlds with you, Admiral Choi corrected. Humans don't want to take over the galaxy. We want to explore it and help make it safer for everyone. Dr. Changmin Wei from Earth Xenobiology Institute joined Admiral Choi at the speaker's platform. He was a thin man with kind eyes who had spent his life studying alien life forms. We propose a cultural exchange program, Dr. Wei said. Humans teach food processing and survival techniques. Alien species teach us about efficient energy use, specialized biology, and advanced technology. He showed images of mixed human-alien research teams. Imagine what we could accomplish together. Vorthak crystal technology combined with human adaptability. Xylem photosynthesis knowledge shared with human agriculture. Nithori energy manipulation helping human space travel. A new voice spoke from the back of the chamber. It was Thrix 9, the spider-like scientist who had tested human poison resistance. I have a proposal, Thrix 9 announced. Create a new Federation department, emergency survival response. Humans would be the primary staff. The chamber became quiet. When ships crash on hostile worlds, humans could survive long enough to mount rescue operations, Thrix 9 explained. When colonies face food shortages, humans could identify local food sources that other species missed. A small alien that looked like a walking flower raised a petal. What about planetary surveys? We avoid many worlds because they seem too dangerous. Humans could explore them safely. Exactly. Dr. Wee nodded. Humans could be the galaxy's advance, scouts for dangerous environments. At that moment, an alarm sounded in the chamber. Emergency lights flashed as a distress signal came through the communication system. "This is cargo ship Brightwing," a panicked voice said. "We have crashed on planet Xerion 7. Toxic atmosphere, hostile wildlife, no edible vegetation. We have 43 crew members from 6 different species. Food supplies will last 3 days. Please help." The chamber erupted in worried chatter. Xerion 7 was known as one of the most dangerous planets in the galaxy. Admiral Choi stepped forward. "How long would it take Federation rescue ships to reach Xerion 7? The rock alien consulted his computer. 12 days minimum. By then, the survivors will be dead from starvation or poisoning. Human rescue ships could be there in 5 days, Admiral Choi said, and our crews could survive on the local ecosystem while organizing the rescue. She turned to address the full council. "This is exactly what we're talking about. Humans could save lives that would otherwise be lost." Captain Minji Oh stood up. "We volunteer for the rescue mission. Let us prove that humans can be partners, not threats." The council voted quickly. Within an hour, 3 human ships were racing toward Xerion 7. While they waited for news, the council continued their discussions. Dr. Wee presented detailed plans for cooperation. Human food processing centers could be built on industrial worlds, he explained. We could turn manufacturing waste into edible protein. Toxic mining byproducts could become fertilizer. A crystal alien that hadn't spoken before suddenly got excited. "My homeworld has mountains of metallic waste from our construction industry. It's been poisoning our water for centuries. Could humans really eat metal?" "Some forms of metal, yes," Dr. Y said. "Iron, calcium, magnesium. Humans need these in small amounts. We could probably process your waste and extract valuable minerals while making it safe." More aliens began suggesting ideas. The gas cloud aliens had atmospheric pollution problems. The plant aliens had soil contamination from industrial accidents. The energy beings had radiation waste that was dangerous to physical life forms. Humans might be able to help with all of these problems, Dr. Wee realized. 3 days later, good. News arrived from Xerion 7. The human rescue ships had landed safely. The crews were not only surviving on the toxic planet, they had found 6 different local life forms that were edible after proper processing. Even better, they had successfully rescued all 43 alien survivors and were bringing them home, safely. The council was amazed. The poison world that kills other species became a cafeteria for humans, Thrix 9 reported. They turned deadly fungi into nutritious soup and processed toxic fruits into safe energy drinks. 2 weeks later, the Omnivore Accords were signed. The agreement made humans the Federation's official biological adaptation specialists. In return, humans would share their survival techniques and help other species explore dangerous worlds. The signing ceremony was held on New Sol Station, where everything had started. Chef Gina Song prepared a special celebration meal using ingredients from all 47 Federation worlds. The menu included Vorthak mineral crystals ground into seasoning, Xylem fruit nectar fermented into safe wine, Nethori energy condensed into glowing jelly, and dozens of other ingredients that should have been impossible to combine. Somehow, Chef Song made it all work together into a delicious meal that every species could enjoy safely. "How did you do this?" asked the amazed crystal alien as he tasted the mineral seasoning. Chef Song smiled. "Humans have been mixing impossible ingredients for thousands of years. We just needed to learn about your biology first." The celebration feast lasted for hours. Aliens who had been terrified of human eating habits now watched in wonder as humans turned their dangerous foods into delicious fusion cuisine. Commander Yeji Park from Earth's Colonial Marines gave the final speech of the evening. "You wanted to know what makes humans dangerous," she said to the assembled aliens. "We don't just survive on hostile worlds. We turn hostile worlds into homes. We don't just eat poison. We turn poison into seasoning. She raised her glass of the Nathori energy wine that glowed with soft light. We don't just adapt to the galaxy. We help the galaxy adapt to us. And together we can go anywhere and eat anything. The aliens cheered and raised their own glasses. Outside the station windows, human ships were already departing for their first official missions as the galaxy's survival specialists. They carried mixed crews of humans and aliens, heading for worlds that had been considered too dangerous to explore. For the first time in galactic history, there were no limits to where life could go, because wherever there was something to eat, humans could find a way to make it edible, and now they would teach the whole galaxy how to do the same. The universe had just become a much smaller and safer place, all because humans could eat anything.